Welcome everyone to the Best Damn Podcast. I am your host, John Keane. As always, I would like to thank you guys for joining me. Ask that you please add, follow, and check us out, www.spreaker.com/user/Best Damn Podcast. Also, wherever you're watching from, please make sure to follow and subscribe. Check us out, thebestdampodcast.tv. Follow me Instagram at Best Damn Podcast, Twitter at The Real Best Damn, and make sure to hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think, and share. That's the best way to support, is by sharing the links and helping me get it out there. Yes, we are on. It says, are we on? Yeah, we're on. Also, guys, I knew it as soon as I went live. The dog was going to go crazy. Okay, and if you would like to donate and support to the channel, please do so by going to the links in the description below: PayPal, Venmo, Patreon, Cash App, or Facebook Messenger Pay. All the links are in the description. And I did post today in the YouTube channel membership, Facebook fan subscriptions, and the Patreon, the new Dropbox links. I mean, I pretty much got like the whole history of uncensored videos in that thing now, so it took me days to upload the shit. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. If you have decided to go the alternative way and donate support through PayPal, Venmo, or one of those, you text 513-393-2396 or email therealbestdampodcast@gmail.com, and you just put links. I also hit the people on the emails and the text today, so if you didn't get yours, let me know. Let's go ahead and get started here today. Sorry guys for the delay. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Looks like we have Bricks and Brooms, Lynn McGraw, Caroline Fuller over on Facebook Live, Mandy, Vicky Wallace, Up Yours 73, Jeff Snyder 2, thank you, I appreciate you, Samuel Johannes, can anybody wake him up? I wasn't asleep. Q Knights for Life, Marcus 99, Tim Hamby, Graceful Heart, Tori Woodall, Sally Smith. Yeah, I definitely, Amy VR, I wasn't asleep. Crystal Fire, Gidget Rose over on Facebook Live, Curtis Blackmar, Brian Stridelmeyer, Tom Ledbetter, Charlie Jones. Hey, my brother. What's up, dude? So today, very obviously, it's going to be an early one, it looks like. I've got some cool stuff to talk about, too. Mostly pertaining to what's going on in space. It looks like we got a new moon, a new moon, or something like a new moon. They're saying it must have originated from our actual moon. We had an asteroid, a huge ass asteroid passing today, as well as we had a giant fireball that everybody's seen, and they said a meteor skipped off the Earth, and that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the things that are taking place right now. We also have geopolitically, the governments of the world, man, I'm telling you, the conflict's heating up. It's like it's like gas or something. It's the fumes, and it's just waiting on somebody to just light the fucking match just so it can blow up, but in my opinion, none of this is organic. It's all manufactured. It always has been, and it always will be. Another thing that I'm seeing right now too is they're talking a lot about the air quality in certain places. They're blaming it on, abandoned aging well sites that are leaking methane, air pollution. Now, a lot of you guys that have watched me for any amount of time will know that I've talked about the methane leaking, and it has nothing to do with a fucking well. This is part of the changes that are taking place, I believe, from the Nemesis system, right? As we see crustal displacement increase, you're going to continue to see gases like methane and sulfur leaking up out of the crust, and they're going to continue to lie to you and blame it on bullshit like this. Now, I do want people to to know that tonight I am going to be doing a show over on Discord, and that's why I've decided to do an early one here today. This is going to be a donor only show, though, tonight. I've done a lot of freebies lately, so tonight is donors only. Discord, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. If you would like to join me for the private show, you're more than welcome to join. And last time I had Justin join me, and I think we went like 3.5 hours. I really enjoy doing those because we are able to talk about the things, well, like this shit, right? Death camps and all that good stuff that we can't speak about now. Or how the mask mandates will end that we can't speak about now. Or the huge increase in heart attacks that teens are having that they're blaming on weed that we can't speak about now. I've never heard of weed giving a person a heart attack, but, whatever, right? Whatever. Anyways, so let's go ahead and jump into this stuff. And I found some interesting numbers, too, pertaining to the heavenly body that's actually passed today as well. And when we look at the Strong's Concordance, orchestrated chaos, that's exactly what it is, orchestrated chaos. Can I get into the private shows now that I joined, right? Yes, you can get into the private shows now that you joined. Yes, you may. If you go through Patreon, you should automatically be upgraded. Like, there's an option for whatever package you get, and it gives you like a Discord option, and Patreon automatically upgrades your role. YouTube channel memberships does too, or it's supposed to. It depends on what tier you do. So if you went like $5 tier, I don't think it's going to do it, but Patreon does it. And if you went another route, like say you use Cash App or PayPal or some shit like that, and you want your role upgraded, all you do is mention at John Keane the day of the show, like tonight before the show starts. Mention at John Keane in the main Discord. It takes you right into the main channel there, and you mention at me, you put the date that you supported and the way you supported. So say hypothetically you supported on 11/13 through PayPal. That's all you got to do, man. 11/13 PayPal at John Keane. I'll see your name, boom, upgrade you to Best Damn Fam, and you'll get in. And I'm usually a nice guy, and I let everybody in and all of that, but I got to start doing some donor-only ones, guys. We really need support right now, and we're not getting it, and I can't keep doing all the freebies. I love doing the freebies, trust me. It's cool as fuck to let everybody join and all of that, but, dude's got to eat, right? Dude's got to make a living, too, so, yeah. 10 major blasts happened all over China in a short period of time. Weird. You predict America is nuked in November. You're a good man, John. You got to take care of your family, brother. You know what, though? It's really strange. Oh, thank you. Hey, damn, you don't have to tell me I'm a good person or anything like that. I appreciate that, but I'm not a good business person. I know that much. That's a fact. I feel bad for people when they can't. You know what I mean? Somebody wants to watch, and then you basically are like, I'm sorry. You're broke, so you don't get to learn something you want to learn. Or, you know what I mean? It feels like such a dick move. And if the Discord does happen to fill up, the benefit of buying a subscription is you also have an unlisted YouTube link. So you're never cut out, right? You can always watch it. I always do a private stream of the actual show because there is a capacity. And every single show that we do on Discord, it never fails. It packs full, and there are people waiting and people who can't get in. So if you're one of those people, man, that's what I'm saying. You can get subscription $25 a month or the VIP for $35 a month, and you can do it through PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Patreon, or through Facebook Messenger. Yeah. You've just stopped paying the BBC. I don't know. I don't know. Is it 13 pounds? Sorry. You love the topics and info. Well, thank you. Thank you. And I appreciate. And look, straight up, one of the things that I think is the coolest about doing the Discord thing and all that, and I'll get into the content. Just bear with me. Um, is we got the coolest group of people. Period. Like, there's a reason it's the best damn fam. Like, we got some smart motherfuckers that hang out around here. Like, and I'm just keeping it real. Like, you are not going to get the level of knowledge and the level of wisdom that you would get basically, I believe anywhere else, so to me it's not you like investing in me per se, it's you investing in you, right? Like, what else can we really do to fulfill ourselves more than learn? You know what I'm saying? Like, learning to me is the ultimate tool in a person's tool belt. And your value and your worth in any section of your life is going to depend on how much you know. That's why knowledge is power, So if we're trying to grow, we're trying to ascend, we're trying to expand and become powerful beings that we really are, then we do it through knowledge. We do it through wisdom. We do it through learning. You know what I mean? And if you watch shit on the public platforms, YouTube and all of that, you're not getting that. You're getting a watered down kind of bullshit version where most people, and this is, I try to give my opinions on things and stuff and not be all PC and shit, even though I'm on the public platforms. But even myself, I have to do it a little bit here. And most people do it all the time. All the time. It's like they don't want to tell you what they think one way or the other because they're afraid they might piss off the other side. Right? You ever see that where you got a host and they're like, there's a fucked up issue and they got an opinion on it, or they know about it, but they won't say a fucking thing about the topic because they're afraid they might offend the people that would disagree. It's like, come on, man. What's the point of doing this if you can't be yourself, or if you're going to offend people anyways. I think it's just fake to sit and be PC, politically correct and all that bullshit. Nobody wants to hear all that. I don't want to watch no politically correct person. That's for sure. None of that. None of that. And if you guys didn't catch me, I was on the Missing Link Thursday night. I was on the Missing Link Thursday night for anybody that didn't catch it, which his channel was, I think, suspended or something on Facebook, so probably nobody's seen it. But yeah, I was there anyways. So, what up from Germany? Yeah, so true. We learn from each other here. Yeah, we do, man. And there is no hierarchy. There's no leader. There's no nothing like that. Like, everybody is welcome. Everybody is accepted. I don't care what your race is, your sexual orientation, none of that. You're cool here, and nobody's gonna judge you or clown you or attack you for your beliefs. You can be whatever you want to be, and that's the way it should be everywhere. But sadly, it's not. Sadly, it's not. And even sadder, guys, the truth is dying. Like, it's a dying thing. This is a dying art in itself. Content creation in itself is going away through censorship and political correctness. And, they're betting against us is what they're betting on. And so far, they've been correct. They bet that we won't be unified. We won't lift each other up. We won't support each other. We won't have each other's back. And when they put the squeeze on us for going against the grain, well, we'll just kind of fade away, and think about how many people that's happened to already. I mean, honestly, all of the people that I probably loved watching over the years on YouTube and Facebook, they're all gone. They're all gone, And it's a shame, whether they're gone because they were X'd out for the shit they said, or because they couldn't afford to keep up anymore. because of the same reason, this channel is sinking right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the truth. They bet against us. They bet that we won't stand up. We won't fight. Nobody fights back anymore. Have you noticed that? Everybody in society right now is pussy. Ain't nobody gonna stand up and say they disagree with anything because they're afraid they'll be canceled, right? That's what cancel culture is all about. It's like, oh, yeah, you don't go along with this. Well, guess what? You're no longer a part of this anymore. You don't get to be on Twitter. You don't get to be on Facebook because you said something that we didn't approve. Something that goes against the narrative. And you see this happening day in and day out. And it's not going to quit. When we accepted it the first time, we accepted it eternally, right? And now it gets infinitely worse. See, people don't understand that. They were rooting for the shit because it was like the other party, when it all started. It's like, oh, fuck those conservatives, those alt-right people, blah, blah, blah. You guys remember all that. Well, now it's them too. Now it's an injustice to them too. You see what I'm saying? It's like, that's why we have to protect everybody's free speech. Because if they take away yours, then they can take away mine. And see, people can't see far enough down the road to even realize that shit. It's a shame. It really is, man. The dying art of truth. It is, man. It is a dying art of truth. It's beyond the dying art of truth. It's just a flat out fucking upside down world. What did they call it in 1984? Newspeak, right? Where they literally have had their language so simplified, their world so simplified that they're using like one word for like 50 different nouns, adjectives, and verbs, and they sound stupid as fuck as they're doing it. Newspeak. Right? That's what they're doing to you now, man. And I'm telling you, go ahead and read any of the material that the elites and the people that are in charge actually read. Go ahead and look at some of the things that they're actually talking about. And they are laughing in your face. They're mocking you. They were talking about it decades and decades ago because they knew they would pull it off right in front of you. Even if they told you. That's the shame of it. That's the shame. It's not been a secret. None of this has been a secret. You can go Freedom of Information Act, white papers, fucking Politico, news articles, CFR. I mean, it goes on and on and on. It's all been right out in the open. They still put it out in the open. And nobody knows shit. Everybody's like, that cognitive dissonance kicking in. I don't want to believe it's that way, so I guess it's not. No, you're just retarded. Right? You're just stupid. It is that way. They're telling you the way it is. They're telling you how it's coming. And I've talked about this a lot. When they gave the first stimulus package, right? They included the digital dollar, but then they withdrew it. That lets you know that one day down the road, there is going to be stimulus with digital currency involved. Before you know it, central bank digital currency starts evolving. Digital euros, all of this, as they're stealing all of the assets of the United States, liquidating them into a digital currency, right? And this has been going on for the last year or so, where they're literally, and this is where they're at now. This is why hyperinflation is starting to pump up at this moment, because they've gotten it all now. So now they just need to blow it up really big so it explodes in everyone else's face. They get rich off of destruction. They get rich off of death. They get rich off of cataclysm. They get rich off of your poverty. That's how it works. The system is made to milk people for everything that they're worth. That's why they give you a social security number. That's your bond number. You're in bondage as soon as you're born and fucking tagged into the system. That's how it works. Right? They're borrowing money. That's the national debt is accrued based on the amount of money that they think your slave ass is going to pay in throughout your lifetime. And you think you're free. And that's the greatest illusion of all. Right? Is to tell people that they're free and have them in slavery. Right? Isn't freedom great? Isn't it awesome? Isn't it wonderful? How free we feel now? Those constitutional rights, How did they circumvent all of those? Through a national emergency. That quick. That quick. All you thought you had that they gave you, right? See, a real freedom can't be given to you. It's inherent. You already have it. You see what I'm saying? But the fact that you thought that you were letting them give you a fucking freedom in the first place already told you that you didn't have them to start with. They can't give me a fucking thing. All right? Those are universal freedoms. We're born with those. We're inherent with those. The right to speak. Right? The right for free will. There's consequences to freedoms. But there's no governmental system that can hand them over to us. Because then they can take them away. And once they create a problem to start taking them, guys, they never stop. They never stop. They just squeeze tighter and tighter and tighter till there's nothing left. You know? They gave you the perfect system, too. That's what the United States was. It was an experiment to show how fucking unworthy of freedom people really are. How profane people really are. They use Luciferian principles, and that's what liberty and all of that shit is about, right? That's what it's about. That's a Luciferian principle. They used all of those principles and built a nation on it, and then they said, okay, watch, they'll all give it back to us by the end, and that's what we've done. That's what we've done. Blockchain equals nodes, wallets, cryptocurrency, social credit score. Exactly. Alipay. Yep. When they're in their bunkers, seal the hatchets. Yeah, well, they'll be in their bunkers long before you ever even know it's coming. The truth is, they're probably in their bunkers right now. They're already doing continuity of government shit when Trump was in office, guys. I mean, let's keep it real. You know, let's keep it real here. The Omega Moon. Notice, lots of Omegas. Lots of Omegas. What are they telling you the next variant's going to be? It's going to be the Omega variant. I am the Alpha and the Omega. Delta, it's a brainwave. Deep sleep. Rapid eye movement. That's what your Delta wave is. The Omega wave means the end, man. Means they're done. They're done. They won. They bested you. Now we see this is next. This is next. This is next. This is what Omega goes to. See, people were warned years and years now by people like myself, by you watching. You know what I mean? They've been warned for years about this. They didn't listen. They didn't listen. I wonder how, though. I wonder how they're going to feel, you know, when this scarcity of food and energy and fuel and all this shit that was manufactured catches up to all the people. And they're forced to go to FEMA for help. And they realize what's actually happened when they're on the other side of this fence. I wonder what they'll feel then. Wonder what they'll think then. The best thing to do is to do something now before you end up on the other side of that fence. Right? See, a lot of us have been sowing seeds into the world of goodness, trying to do good things for other people, trying to help other people. And in this moment of adversity that we are fast approaching, that's when it will pay off. That's when it'll pay off. Do you see now why the system is set up, though, to like create this rat race, this cycle where you're just running on the hamster wheel, where your world is so small that it only surrounds you. Oh, I don't have time to listen to that. I don't have time to check into this. I don't want to hear about that. Da 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 da, right? A million excuses to bury your head in the sand. They've created a million different variations of the same mentality. Ooh, look how ambitious that person is. You know what ambition is? It's called being selfish. They've just dressed it up really nice. They have deceived the fuck out of you. Let me show you something. This is what's great. Hold on. How about this? How about this? Brothel offering free entry. Huh? Huh? Offering free entry into the brothel? Damn. Damn. They must really want you to get that. They couldn't pay you to do it. They couldn't take your job away to do it. They couldn't kick you out of the military to do it. So they dangle a little sex in front of you and say, hey, here you go. Now go get it. I wonder why they want so many people to have it. I mean, even though we know, like, shit, the efficacy and all, right? You're going to have to get boosted a whole bunch. A whole bunch. Shame we can't talk about these things in this free country we live in. How about this? Putin masses troops to tell NATO to stay the fuck out of Ukraine. Told you about, 2-3 months ago when the 200,000 or 300,000 troops were massing on the Ukrainian border, that they're getting ready. They're getting ready. They're going to use one another's military to invade each other's countries, guys. They're waiting on a cataclysm, and I believe it will be an asteroid impact. That's my belief. And it will probably hit somewhere off in the Atlantic. Also my belief. It'll send a large tidal wave or a tsunami that will devastate New York and probably a lot of the east coast of America and Europe. Also my belief. The Bible has a lot of indicators that says that that's probably what happens too, when it talks about the ships being destroyed in the sea and Babylon being thrown down like a large millstone thrown into the sea. That's a giant fucking rock thrown in the sea, right? And then we look at the predictive programming of like a Deep Impact and, you know, all of that. Backs of the bills, right? The $10 and the $50 bills showing, you know, like a nuclear blast hit New York, then a tidal wave. Only thing that would create something like that is an asteroid impact, right? It turns shit to glass when it hits. It's like a nuke. That's why all the hypersonic missile technology behaves like meteors, right? They're trying to trick you. It's all a show. It's all a stage. A game, if you will. But see, this game is for souls. They win minds first because the mind will lead them to the soul, right? Russian military. Build-up sparks U.S. fears of Ukraine invasion. The Kremlin tactics fuel tensions with the West as disputes multiply. Vladimir Putin has a message for the U.S. and its allies. Moscow won't tolerate creeping expansion by their armed forces into Ukraine. That's what he told German Chancellor Angela Merkel and other Western officials who've called in recent days to warn him about what they say is a new accumulation of tanks and troops near the border with its neighbor that has Washington and some other capitals worried that the Russian president could be planning a repeat of the 2014 invasion. I'm glad that they said it was Angela Merkel that called, because if you guys know and you watch this channel, Germany actually uses Russian ICBMs. So I think that Germany might flip on NATO and the United States. Just saying. The fact that they have Russian missiles instead of what the NATO and US and all of them use, I think says a whole bunch. Just like Turkey, just like Ukraine, right? We know how this works, right? And everybody who has Russian missiles, when it comes down to it, they end up flipping over to the Russian side. Matter of fact, there is a pipeline too that's going right from Russia into Germany also. So you have to start thinking, why did Angela Merkel call in the first place, right? Or we look at the generals and shit for the United States. Miley saying he's going to warn China for an invasion, and how all of our fucking politicians are already bought and sold by China to start off with, right? China developing over 1,000 nuclear warheads. Right, over 1,000. I showed you guys the satellite images of mock-up destroyers and carriers that China's using for target practice right now. Or the joint drill in the Pacific between Russia and China for the first time ever. Or Russian troops in China for the first time ever, and vice versa. We've been watching this happen for a long time. Matter of fact, hasn't South Korea been quiet as well? Right? That phone line opened up between them and the North once again. And I also told you I believe that South Korea and possibly Japan would be another that would flip on the U.S. And Japan and Germany just came up with a new alliance also. Pretty interesting, if you ask me. Right? Starting to look like it's all shaping up just how it's supposed to. Right? And some of these things, you know, if you would have fucking said it 5 years ago, you couldn't have got me to believe this, you know. But looking at it now, it's almost too obvious. It's almost too obvious. It says in Moscow, senior officials and others close to the leadership say the Kremlin aims to make clear that any further Western steps to provide weapons or expand military facilities in Ukraine would cross Russia's red line. Putin accused NATO last month of threatening Russia with a military expansion into Ukraine. On Saturday, the Russian leader said the U.S. and NATO are waging a pressure campaign against him with naval drills in the Black Sea and support for drone strikes in the Ukraine and the conflict zone. It seems that we are simply not allowed to relax, Putin said in an interview. Well, let them know that we are not relaxing. Good stuff, man. Yeah, Putin knows. The globalists are done. People die from a gunshot regardless of whether it hit them due to fear, nuclear weapon, or another level. Well, I don't know. You know, it is what it is. And the point being is, you know, they've been talking about this red line for a long time now. And as we get more and more of these asteroids approaching us, more and more of the shit raining down in the sky. Look at the fucking moon right now, dude. Look at this. The inferior mirage of celestial bodies rising or falling from the sea level is the most special and beautiful mirage. This is a special phenomenon that occurs when there is a low-density layer of hot air on the surface of the air or the ocean due to refraction. And this is the Omega Moon inferior mirage. And let me show you the actual. Where's it at? Which, by the way, partial lunar eclipse. This is the longest in nearly 600 years to occur in the next full moon. in nearly 600 years. Now remember, we had the Great Conjunction that was what, 400 and 800 years ago. And when we look at what a lunar eclipse and a blood moon on top of that actually means, this is what we see. Right? A lunar eclipse is a bad omen for Israel. Israel meaning God's chosen people. Right? God's chosen, the elect. It's a bad omen for the elect. And this is the longest in 600 years. And a blood moon means a sword is coming. So put 2 and 2 together now. A sword is coming for the elect. Right? The astrological signs will tell you everything every time. That's how I've been telling the fucking world what's been happening for the last few years, right? Down to all the different horsemen riding out like the red horse with a sword. There's a fucking sword. There's the sigil of the spell they're putting on the people. And if one inclines towards peace, it inclines towards you, right? Or the number 19 sun card in the tarot representing Corona, right? The sun, 19, COVID-19, that was the first horse riding out in the World Health Organization and the UN. Now we're at the Libra scales, which means to yoke into servitude through law or obligation. That's what all the mandates are. And that's why all the supplies and food scarcity, because it creates hyperinflation. The green horse means to capitulate or comply. That's why you see the green agenda coming out right now. And then what happens? The black horse. Death and hell follows behind. And they kill 1/4 of the world's population. This is what this is signifying. This is what this is signifying. And then what follows, by the way? Oh, it's all the saints that have been killed violently, right? And it says they're waiting on their brothers and sisters to be killed just the same way that they will be, right? Or they had been. How long, sovereign master, holy and true, right? You know the scripture. The longest partial lunar eclipse in centuries is set to coincide with next week's full moon. And an hour-long event that will be visible across North America. That's key. And many other parts of the world. The Beaver moon is expected to reach its peak next Friday at 1 a.m. But don't expect to see the moon fully illuminated at that point. It's because the celestial body will be mostly blocked by the Earth's shadow for a few hours around then, creating a near total eclipse that will be visible to a large swath of the planet. A near total eclipse. Oh, and we have this. Ferris wheel-sized asteroid near Earth may actually be an old chunk of the moon. Let me tell you something about the Colburn, too. It says a new moon will appear in the sky before being broken into pieces, before the coming of the destroyer. Are you starting to catch on yet where we're at now? You always thought the end would be good? You're meek? Well, it says those who endure to the end will be saved. Endurance. Endure. Right? It's a race. It's a test. It's a trial. Doesn't mean good times. You know? Doesn't mean good times. So no moon could that affect the tides. No, I don't remember when Derek talked of the pieces of the moon. But I remember telling you guys of my dream where it looked like a giant brown moon hit the earth. And I could see pieces of it floating up into the sky. That's when I learned about the actual prophecy part of a new moon appearing in the heavens before being broken into pieces at the coming of the destroyer. Um, no one cares, honestly, bro. The moon hasn't changed. The shadow and rotation is due to the Earth. Go on with your Bill Nye ass, bro. No one gives a shit about all that. Scientists call Camo Alawala quasi-satellite, which is a category of asteroids that orbit the sun but still relatively close to the Earth. Astronomers know very little about quasi-satellites because they are typically very faint in the night sky, making it hard for telescopes to spot them. And the offspring of the moon. The asteroid's name comes from the Hawaiian creation chant, which describes an offspring who travels on its own. It is roughly the size of a Ferris wheel, coming in at around 150 to 190 feet in diameter. At its closest, Camo Alawa gets with 9 million miles of the Earth. However, because of its unique orbit, humans can only see it for a couple of weeks every April, and only Earth's largest telescopes can spot it. So why do scientists think this mysterious mass is actually a chunk of the moon? Arizona planetary scientist graduate Steuben Sarkley discovered that Camo Alawala shares the same pattern of reflected light as its spectrum as moon rocks collected by the Apollo space missions. Study author explains that suggests Camo Alawa originated from the same place as these rocks, Earth's moon. And just think about it. They were also just have recently told you that Theta or whatever, that giant fucking comet planet that hit the Earth in the past, there's 2 big chunks of it still sitting inside the Earth. Now they're telling you about the second moon, right? Oh, and space rocks keep hitting Jupiter. What's the deal with that? Okay, in September and October, observers spotted 2 different asteroids slamming into the massive planet just a month apart. Do you see a theme yet? Just saying. While it's not the first time observers have caught a spectacle, successfully spotting an impact is fairly rare and can tell us more about the solar system as a whole. And there's a thrill of knowing a piece of universe has just exploded in the atmosphere of the solar system's largest planet. These fireballs are very rare, and they're very difficult to be observed just by chance. This year has been exceptional because normally we discover one of these impacts every 2 years approximately. Yeah, but we're getting a lot more, hit after hit. Despite the rarity, the odds of seeing an impact at Jupiter are higher than anywhere else in the system, and many of these impacts are spotted by amateur astronomers, and But observations are still serendipitous, and NASA's been orbiting Jupiter since 2016 and snapped a picture of the patch of atmosphere in a question from a bit over 1,200 miles above the clouds. In that image, we don't see any trace in the atmosphere. So again, this is an object small enough that anything that was released in the atmosphere of Jupiter has dissipated and diffused the atmosphere by the environmental winds in a few hours. And that's the thing. We're seeing these impacts. I showed you guys the one on Jupiter. The impact itself was bigger than the Earth, by the way, the last time that it happened, right? It was bigger than itself. Earthquake magnitude 5.3 strikes Western Australia. 5.3, which very, very interesting number, right? 5 times 3 is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. That's the Masonic black cube or the magic cube of Saturn. That's how they come up with that. Or 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 in numerology means the achieving of a goal, right? Like they've achieved or attained a goal. So just saying. Magnitude 5.3 struck a sparsely populated area of Western Australia, 24 kilometers. And look, see, they even put it down in here too. 2 and 4, 6, right? And then 15 miles, 1 and 5, 6. See what I'm saying? They're using the numerology on all of it. From the small town of Marble Bar, the European Mediterranean Seismological Center said the quake had a magnitude of 5.9 and was at a depth of 40 kilometers or 25 miles. And then it's 40, 40 days, 40 years, right? 40 is always in there as well. 25, that's solar cycle 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 equals judgment, right? This is what they do, man. I don't know if any of these fucking numbers they ever put up are real, just to be honest. Rare earth grazer meteor flew 186 miles across Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee before burning up, NASA says. 186. Well, just the other day they have 187 and $1 billion for domestic crisis preparedness. Let's see if we can get an image of this damn thing. See if we can get an image of this thing. I think it's right here. This is the rare earth grazer meteor on camera. That's actually not it, but anyways. Get through this advertisement. Here we go. Let's see what this rare earth grazer looks like on camera. You fall for the game. You win if you stand, and you do what they do. They hide. They hide in buildings and bunkers. They don't have the spine to stand up to us unless they use military. No, they don't. So, I mean, is this fucking video gonna play or what, dude? What the hell's going on? Come on, homie. I mean, it's only 14 seconds long. Can we get some video? I don't know what is up with this shit site here, guys. Okay, that's weird. Maybe there's another image of it. I don't know why the hell. It's just Daily Mail shit. Let me see if I can get a better picture. I apologize to you guys at home. Are you kidding me? Let's try this again. Five Truths has guided U.S. special operators for 40 years, but they face new tests from Russia and China at home. Five Truths. Notice 5 is like the new fucking thing right now too. The fifth wave, which is the Omega. You're hearing all 5s and Omegas right now because that's what they're on now in the agenda. U.S. Special Operations have decades set of truths to guide how they train and fight. Their community and adherents are those tested by 20 years of fighting terrorism. And they shift from war into competition with Russia and China. And it doesn't look like we're ever going to get the meteor to pop up here. Here we go. About fucking time. Sorry about that, guys. This is the grazer. This is the earth grazer. Right here. Jesus. Here we go. See it. We're not going that route. Jesus, dude. I'm done with that article, guys. Fuck that. Alright, moving on. Moving on. Rosetta's rubber ducky comet makes its closest approach to Earth and will disappear for 200 years. Comet 67P was thrust into the media spotlight in 2014 after the arrival of Europe's Rosetta mission and its companion, the Philae lander, Comet 67P, which famously hosted the first ever cometary lander in 2014, made its closest approach to Earth on Friday, and the comet is now bright enough to observe with amateur telescopes and will not come back to our planet for the next 200 years. And you know what? This is a lot of the 67Ps and all of that, man, from Inky and that whole system. We're getting a lot of that through Northern Torridge right now. The hallmark of the mission was landing on a smaller probe, which the landing was December 14, first ever on a comet. Excuse me. The mission of Rosetta and Philae make Comet 67P the best studied comet of all. Like I said, Northern Torridge, and you can see the image here, or the alleged image here of 67P. The abandoned aging well sites can leak air pollution, methane, with video. I don't know if I'm buying this, guys. That all these wells are leaking the methane here. 400 people spot the fireball streaking across the night sky in the U.S. Here we go. Look at that. Damn. Here, let's start from the beginning. You hear the guy. Wow. And let's see this one. What the fuck? They got what? They were super fucking excited. Tiamat was a fifth rock from the sun until a collision gave it a new position. That's a good observation there, actually. Didn't even think about that, right? Look at these guys. What? They got excited as fuck. Okay. American Meteor Society recorded an event as 2021 7540, and states that have received it more. We should look up those numbers too. 2021 to 7,540, and states 400 reports from 13 states, of course. 400, which is 44, right? And 13 states. Dude, is any of this ever real? I mean, seriously, is there a fucking authentic story in the whole damn news cycle? Or am I just going crazy? Like, what is the point anymore? Does anybody else see this shit, or is it just me? What do you think about the whole alchemical aspect of the moon? The alchemists believe that the planets, including the sun, were made of different metals and that they basically charge our magnetic field. The moon is the Lord, or the Lord. The moon, to me, harnesses all of the 7 rays of the light spectrum. It's supposed to be almost like a filter to take the pure awareness from the sun and give it to us. Right, and it comes in phases, is why it waxes and wanes. Like, so that's why you see on full moon certain rituals are performed, because it's at its full peak of energy, and the moon is actually supposed to be Lucifer, or Luna, Saline. I've done shows talking about the moon in the past. The numbers, man, sounds like a bunch of werewolves. Yeah, it is a number. That's what I'm saying. These numbers, dude. Did they ever tell? Like, is there a real story in the whole bunch anymore? Like, why am I even doing videos? Like, I mean, fucking for real, so I can just keep repeating 40, 13, 144. I mean, that's all I'm doing every fucking day now. It's like, and I don't know if does anybody else notice this shit? You know? 67p. Yeah, that's 13 too, by the way. See what I'm saying? 67p. That's also 13. Yeah, man. I don't know. Guys, I feel like shit today, so sorry about that. Damp Jersey Shore town ponders a fix for sunny day floods. I believe that held the same truth to it, which also leads me to believe that they use the alchemical equation 2 turned into gold, and I do for government for buildings and saving the lead. Ah, only you're on some shit there. Yeah, a free ride. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore, just to keep it real. I don't even know why I'm doing this anymore, just to keep it real. For real. ACOP 26, 2 6s, 66, or 2 and 6, 8. World governments agree to strengthen emission pledges, formulate carbon trading market. Discovery, giant planet, and 3 eclipses. FBI email system reportedly hacked to send fake DHS cyber attack messages. Russia fighter jet intercepts UK aircraft over the Black Sea. Yup. They're doing a lot of good work here, getting you ready, ain't they? U.S. huddles with allies over possible Russian invasion of Ukraine. You know what? It's just like getting more. It's like, welcome to the fear factory, man. You know, welcome to the fear factory. I mean, check this out. Huge tsunami-like tidal waves destroy homes and displace thousands and unearth bodies out of their graves in Ghana. It's not going to just be there, man.
The tidal waves of November 7th, 2021 came biting heavily on the people of the coast of the Volta region, especially the Anglo, the Keta, and the Ketu South area. This portion of the road was cut off, and this became a topical news. Even though the water has receded, life is beginning to boom back by the people. The houses of the ancestors was not spared, as you can see from this side. Well, the water came all biting through into this house. Life is beginning to come back though, but the bigger question is whether the people are ready to be relocated, in as much as they are demanding for a sea defense wall. This is what they have to say.
Mile ready, but you are Jolafia.
Mede kuku mia Jolafia, eleba ojita paranami. Shika mia be no apopo mia roku mu pura fima no fima afina mia kpo achiashim ni nwi me be yo na mia we na mi. Kuku assemblyman na kweva bia ba ale no wo fia te pa kamlo mia mi ko te para ko ale ba jiru pa te pa ya otu na mi le pa mafia ona ba.
Yeah, I think she says this sucks. This sucks. Look at this shit, man. I mean, this is going to be...
So about 3,000 people in the Keta municipality
everywhere.
have been rendered homeless after tidal waves swept through their homes on Sunday. So this happened at dawn. So the suburbs of Abuja Copper, Keji Copper and Keta Central are largely affected. So about 3,000 people have been displaced. Now those of you who know the history of Keta and some parts of the Volta region, Keta and its surrounding environs, know that this has been happening for some decades now.
Yeah, man. That's rough living right there, dude. You know, that's rough living right there.
In 2020, global sea level set a new record high of 91.3 millimeters.
Yeah, somebody actually told me the other day, what was he saying, that the sea levels haven't risen any? Yeah, they have. They're going to. Statewide crisis, 19 million people under drought emergency in Southern Cali, though. You see how the extremes, like one extreme to the other, how fucking crazy it is? Like, seriously. Look at that. This is the map released on 11/11 showing the drought. And they're saying that their water reservoirs are about to run out in California too, so they won't have fresh water basically. They're going to be in bad shape. Nearly half of California residents are under a regional drought emergency as record dry conditions continue to exacerbate a statewide crisis. And they declared a state of emergency Tuesday in a resolution that calls for increased conservation efforts. You can see here, a wholesaler to 26 agencies together supply some 19 million people with water. And authorized state water board to ban wasteful water uses, such as using potable water for washing sidewalks and driveways. Today's declaration, let's see the declaration. Let's see if we can get that to pop up here. Look, Governor Newsom expands drought emergency statewide, urging Californians to redouble water conservation efforts. See, this is more of the same, man. More of the same, guys. Like, seriously. I don't know what I can even say to people at this point for them to get it. Yeah, no subtitles. Yeah, I did have no subtitles. Sorry about that. But this is an attack on all life. Fresh water, supply chains, agriculture, meat, medicine. They're denying people transplants if they don't go along with the agenda, medical care if they don't go along with the agenda. All of it. All of it. And this must be a terrible video. I got people talking about recipes in the chat, so oh my god. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Look, I'll be going live at 11 p.m. Eastern time tonight. At least if I'm feeling better, I will. Private show. This is for donors only. Everybody donate. Please support. Hit the thumbs up. Share. I need some motherfucking some NyQuil and shit. So donate. And subscribe if you haven't. So yeah. Nah, it's not a great show. It's all good. It doesn't matter. I got some. I don't know. I shouldn't even say nothing, honestly. But I had just I got some kind of disturbing news. And I think maybe that's just what was like messing with me or something. I don't know. It's got me and plus I'm sick and I don't know. I just think it's a combination of all of it. But you know, like Not every and the truth is not every day is going to be a good day for everybody, right? Like not every day is going to be a good day, and sad truth is when you make content, even when you have a bad day, you gotta pretend like you're having a good one sometimes, and that's what sucks. That's what sucks. Yeah, no, man, it's not like the shit in the world that really gets me down. It's uh something else. I mean it's shit in the world. It's in the world, but it's yeah, you know. R.I.P. Newsom. Fuck Newsom. Fuck them all. Is what I say. You know. I just I I just don't know how some people how some people live with themselves, guys. Honestly, like some shit. Like I just don't know how some people live with themselves. Like things that they do, you know. Like like you would have to know, you know, like you have to know that you're responsible for so many lives, and I see people, you know, I don't know. Just a lot of bad stuff today. Nobody can be 100% all the time. Nah, man. Well, it's just like for real. Ah, damn. I don't know, man. I need I need I probably just need to just take a nap or take some medicine or something like that. Oh, I know nobody takes me seriously. That's not what I mean. That does upset me too. Yeah, it does. I know people don't care. That's something I've known for a long time. um, uh, but truth, if just found I don't want to say it publicly, but just it's related to possibly like having another kid. So I'll just leave it at that. Like so, and not an ideal situation. So not an ideal situation. Don't know, you know, all all how that's all gonna work out or whatever. So and um, sick as a dog. I don't know. Channel's doing shitty. I'm doing shitty. So it's just not been a good day. You know what I mean? Like that shit happens, man. Uh, I appreciate like all the letters of encouragement and stuff too. So let me just say that. Um, the text and emails and people just encouraging. It's really cool. But you know, and I want everybody to know too. Like it's. I don't feel like it won't. It's not gonna be a bad thing if change is not always a bad thing. So no matter what ends up happening with all this, like it's change isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes change is good, you know, and sometimes we need it. Well, thanks, man. Thanks. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Please try and eat healthy. Well, you send me some money and I'll eat healthy as fuck. Until then, I'll eat ramen noodles and trash. uh, it's better than the mainstream news. Yeah, well, it's not hard to beat them, guys. I could just sit on here and just do nothing and beat their ass. Uh, Thank you. I know, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all of you guys, man. Seriously, y'all are great. Love you guys. Do a great job, and you engage and you participate. And I wish there was more like you. And you know, like I don't know, just a lot of. That's why I almost wasn't gonna come on air because I knew like the personal shit in my head was gonna distract me too much, man, and just not feeling well. So when you sharing with us is never weakness. It's definitely your strength. Man, you know what though? It backfires on me so much. It backfires on me so much it's not funny. Anytime I ever tell anything on here, it comes back in my face 1,000 miles per hour. Like so I'm trying not to do it anymore. But this is what I do though. Like so y'all are the people I kick it with, so it's like I don't know. Well, if you want to donate, use PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. That's the way the platforms don't take it. That's the only way the platforms don't take it. You do Google or YouTube, those bastards get half every time. And I'm pretty sure they got a clause too that says something like I'm not allowed to even say that in a video or something. I remember reading it one time and it was saying you can't say something about. You can't tell people that if they watch over half the ad or whatever, like you can't even talk about it on a video or they can demonetize your channel. It's stupid as shit, guys. It's stupid as shit, man. But uh, uh, YouTube doesn't have a healthcare plan. They don't have a fucking retirement. You know what I mean? I don't know how they can try to control so much of what people say and do. It's ridiculous. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, that's what happens when we put ourselves out in public. Yeah, it is, man. But like, is it my fault that people are judgmental? Is that my bad that they're judgmental? You know what I mean? I still got people this day throwing shit in my face that I've done years ago, online. You know what I mean? Like, so is, should I lie to you guys? Would that be better? You know what I mean? Would that be better if I lied? Or, that's the thing. People don't want real, dude. People don't. Yeah, PayPal is work perfect, man. Yep, I appreciate it. That's the thing, Like people don't want real. They don't want truth. They only say they do a lot of times. And I'm just being honest with you. You know what I mean? Like that's true. Like if you're not having a good day or you're sick or something, if you tell people that, I'll watch the chat tune out. Like, oh shit, you mean you're not gonna blow rainbows up my ass today? Like, I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people. I don't know. It's like life is already so fucking fake with all the shit that they do with us. Like the news, everything around you is already so fucking manufactured, so fake, so fabricated. Why the fuck would you just want to box yourself in with even the one thing that's probably supposed to be real, but you want it to be fake too? I don't get it. I think it's because you're a fake ass person, usually. Like, think about it. In life, these are the people that probably want someone to lie to them about everything, because it makes them feel better, I guess. I don't know. I feel better about the truth, even when the truth sucks. I want the truth. I don't care how bad it sucks, I don't care how bad it sucks. Donate. This man has earned every penny. Well, I don't know. Negative energy vampires. Well, and thank you, Danny Davis. I appreciate that. And it's not what it used to be, guys. Just not what it used to be. They've made this almost impossible to do. Is the truth, man. They've made it almost impossible to do, and that sucks because, like, I want to help people, and I want to teach people the shit that I know. I want to share the things I know with people. I want people to be aware of the things that are going on. Like, I'm just like you in that regard, But, they've made it damn near impossible for me to say anything anymore on here. They hide my content so much, it's not funny. And, for the last 3 months at least, it's cost me more to do the channel than I've made from the channel. So, like, how are you supposed to live? You know what I mean? How are you supposed to pay for prescriptions, for food, for shit like that? You know what I mean? Like, they know what they're doing, and they're doing it because it's the truth. They're doing it because I'm not trying to create some fucking fan club and get you to worship me. If I was doing that, I swear it would be all good. But I'm telling you, look in yourself and, shit like that. That's the problem. That's the problem. Right? Like, if I wanted to make a big fan club for John, then they would pump that shit up, dude. If they thought that you were going to create an idol out of me somehow, they would do it. They would love it. And if I would lie or gatekeep or hold my tongue about the things I think about, or keep it completely PC, it would all be good. It would all be good. I would never, have to ask people to donate or anything. It'd be pouring in, because that's what pays. Is nonsense. Is bullshit. Is lies. It's deceiving people. That's what pays. So, I'm just sick of this system. I'm sick of just the whole thing that they've got set up, man. I don't feel like I'm giving up. I feel like I'm being smart if I walk away at this point. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I can't keep it up. I'm just being honest. I can't keep it up. And I've said that as much as I can say that, man. I've said it as much as I can say that. Like, I've tried to put it out there, like, yo, guys, support me. Yo, guys, share. Yo, comment. Do, and there's people just don't do it. They don't care. So, they don't care. So, you can't make people care. You can't make people care about something they don't care about. And in our world today, people only care about themselves. That's basically the gist of it. That's why you never see a reaction to anything until it hits their front door. Right? A tragedy, something bad happens, nobody gives a fuck till it hits their front door. Then it's a problem. Then it's fucked up. Then everybody needs to pay attention. Then we need to stop this, right? Then we all need to do something for this tragedy once it's at their front door. But when it's at their neighbors, they turn their head. They walk by like they don't see it, man. I am sick. Sick in my head, probably. But yeah, I'm sick. I got a fever, too. Front door in Cincinnati. Yeah. Yeah. In Cincinnati. Yep. Yeah. I'm trying, man. Yeah, they do. They make us lose our jobs if we believe a certain way. That's right. That's right. And and you know what? The people that they send at you when you do this stuff too, like for real. I don't know. For real. Like I literally thought people were good people and shit, man, and then like I don't know. People are good actors these days. I know that. I take aspirin every day. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. I know. Thank you. So, I appreciate you. Alright, man. I'm done. I'm done with whatever this is. I should probably delete this video too. Snakes are good actors, yeah. Yeah. Yep. I got one pregnant. Yeah. I got one pregnant. Probably won't even get to like see the kid either. They're great actors. Trust me, I know all about it. So I know all about it. Try that recipe. You've been with me since the beginning? Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have. There's a few of you who have. A few of you have. And everything happens for a reason. Yeah. Yeah, it does. I appreciate the ones who've been around since the beginning. And yes, everything does happen for a reason. Don't delete it just because you're having an off day. Yeah, I probably should, just to keep it real. Yeah, I probably should. Alright, man. I'm gonna end it before I say anything I regret. So, alright, guys. Thank you for watching. If you can, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, and please share. Please support if you can. That would be helpful. Alright, y'all have a good one. Peace.